Good morning and welcome to Lntv News Live, 30 minutes production of the television department here at the Liberian Broadcasting System. My name is Yarsiah Sali on this morning edition of the program, and these are the top stories we're following. National Elections Commission begins releasing results from the just ended midterm senatorial elections and national referendum. Liberian National Police warns political parties and their supporters against holding any pre-victory march in the streets of Monrovia. Liberian government commands citizens for a peaceful voting exercise on election day. And away from Liberia, Morocco becomes the latest Arab League country to agree to normalize relations with Israel. These and other stories all coming up in this morning presentation of News Live. But let's take a short break to be right back with the developments. Welcome back. The National Elections Commission says voting will go ahead in parts of Nimba, Grant, Jide, and Bapul counties where polling did not take place on election day due to some challenges. NEC Chairman David Brown Lasana said citizens in those areas will now go to the polls on Tuesday, December 15, 2020. She made the disclosure Thursday at a press conference in Monrovia.
The purpose of today's press conference is to announce the first provisional results from the special senatorial elections. Before the announcement of the results, we would like to provide information on few issues. Members of the press, fellow Liberians, we informed you yesterday that because of some challenges, voting did not go ahead in the following locations on 8 December 2020. Upper Nimba County Electoral District number 2 at the Tiapa Public School Precinct Code number 33100. Upper Nimba County Electoral District number 2 at the Way Public School Precinct number 33052. In Bapulu County Electoral District number 3 at the Nomo Datono Town Hall Precinct Code number 45039. Grand Jide County Electoral District number 3 at the Bablo Public School Precinct Code number 15001. The Commission hereby announces that the elections will be conducted in the 4 referenced areas on Tuesday, 15 December 2020. Beginning today, NEC senior technicians from headquarters will move into those locations to assess the situation and oversee polling exercise in those precincts.
Meanwhile, the NEC has begun the announcement of provisional results from the just ended midterm senatorial elections. Here is Madam David Brown Lasana again with initial results from some key counties.
Members of the press, fellow Liberians, we will now proceed to announce the first provisional results of the 8 December 2020 special senatorial elections. Montserrado County, 423 polling places of a total of 1983 polling places, constituting 21.33%. Can Abraham Daros Dillon, CPP, votes obtained 44692, constituting 60.8%. Thomas Pega Fala, CDC, votes obtained 26697, constituting 36.3%. Wazonga Milton Finley, CDC, votes obtained 8,018, percentage 44.3. Lawrence Nyombli Kanga, CPP, votes obtained 8,608, constituting 47.5%. Cape Mount County, 30 polling places of total of 193 polling places, constituting 15.54%. Candidates: Simeon Boyma Taylor, CPP, votes obtained 1,333, constituting 37.2%. Victor Vani Watson, CDC, votes obtained 412, constituting 11.5%. Prince Kemu Moy, CPP, votes obtained 1,678, constituting 52.6%. Henry Willie Yala, CDC, 1,206 votes obtained, constituting 37.8%. Ava Kokulo Jones, CDC, 1,099 votes obtained, percentage 38.0. Emmanuel James Nukwe, PUP, 1,504 votes obtained, percentage 52.0.
The Executive Protection Service has expressed a profound regrets over an unfortunate incident which took place on Thursday, December 10, when one of the security vehicles in the presidential convoy accidentally hit a man at the Kafli Junction in Monrovia. The man is believed to be a supporter of the opposition Liberty Party. President George Maniwea has since called the party's political leader, Yombli Kanga Lawrence, and chairman, Senator Steve Zago, to express his dismay and concern over the incident. A Mikat release said the president has instructed Police Inspector General Patrick Sudu to meet with the victim and his family to convey the sentiments while initiating an investigation into the incident. The victim was taken to the ELWA hospital in Painesville for medical treatment, as initial report indicates that his leg is broken. The president has committed that all medical expenses will be underwritten by the government of Liberia. The Liberian National Police has warned political parties and their supporters against holding any self-declared victory march in the streets. Police Inspector General Colonel Patrick Sudu said officers are deployed in the streets and communities to ensure no one obstruct the movements of others in the name of victory celebration. In an ELBC interview Thursday, Colonel Sudu said while the police awaits the National Elections Commission, it is important for political parties and their supporters to keep whatever celebrations at their various headquarters.
I'm appealing to the entire country. I'm appealing to everybody. Please remain posted. Let us all wait for the Election Commission to come up with their results, and as they announce the result, we will all know who is leading, who is trading. But as it is now, we have to stop the rhetoric. Labra is all that we have. Labra is all that we have. Anybody who wants to do a pre-victory march, whether a political party, independent candidate, you have a headquarters, please go at your headquarters and do your jubilation there. Please leave the street. While it is true that other people would like to come on the street, but again, You cannot just come on the street to block the street because you feel like blocking the street. You'll be impeding the movement of other people. So this is why I came to this radio station to talk to the consciousness of all Liberians. Let us respect the rule of law. Let us ensure that what we do is in line with the law. We are not going to fight people. The Liberian National Police is not going to brutalize anybody. We are going to talk to our citizens to remain law-abiding, to remain patient, and wait for the National Election Commission to announce the result instead of us speculating.
Following a peaceful voting process in Tuesday's elections and a referendum, the Liberian government has commended citizens for the conduct demonstrated while casting their ballots across the country. Information Minister Yarsiah Sali is also calling on citizens, candidates and political parties to continue maintaining the country's peace and tranquility, especially as votes are being tallied. Minister Sali made the comment Thursday at the Ministry of Information regular press briefing.
Our focus is to move Liberia forward, and that's how we should see all of this. So all the incendiary comments, the inciting comments, we should try to lower the rhetorics. Our people deserve peace. Our people want peace. Our people have come a long way. This country has gone through the brunt of a fratricidal civil war. I need not tell you of the colossal damage that we caused to ourselves as a people and nation. So it's about time now that we exercise as leaders, especially as leaders of our various groupings, various organizations, various societies, so to speak, to take on the leadership role of ensuring that we talk to our supporters, our partisans, our sympathizers, our well-wishers, to just be calm and patient and give the National Elections Commission an opportunity to do its work and to give out the results as they have tallied and certified.
Meanwhile, Information Minister Yarsiah Sali has dispelled a rumor surrounding the ill health of Minister of State for Presidential Affairs, Nathaniel McGill.
As I speak to you, Minister McGill is in good spirits, in good health, carrying out his duties as the Minister for Presidential Affairs of the state. He's been holding a series of meetings since yesterday and today. As you all know, we announced several weeks ago that street lights will be coming into the country and transformers will be coming into the country under the presidential project to light up Monrovia. So he's been very busy holding meetings to ensure that these projects are ongoing and are successful. I'm told that some of the street lights are already at the border, along with some of the transformers that have arrived in country. So in the next coming days, you will see massive movement and deployment of these equipment and facilities throughout the city. There is no iota of truth to these rumors that the minister has fallen down with stroke. That's not so. He was on Zoom this morning with some independent media people. I'm sure they will, in their respective newspapers, say that also too. So we just like to.
Well, in case you're just joining us, this is a reminder that you're watching Lntv News Live, 30 minutes production of the television department here at the Liberian Broadcasting System. My name is Yarsiah Sali, anchoring this morning edition of the news program, and these are the top stories we're following. National Elections Commission begins releasing results from the just ended midterm senatorial elections and national referendum. Liberian National Police warns political parties and their supporters against holding any pre-victory march in the streets of Monrovia. Liberian government commends citizens for a peaceful voting exercise on election day. And away from Liberia, Morocco becomes the latest Arab League country to agree to normalize relations with Israel. These and other stories are still coming up in this morning presentation of Lntv News Live. But let's take a short break to be right back with more developments. Two days after Liberians voted for 15 senators, 2 representatives, a month rather, and a sign-on counters followed by the referendum, the National Peace Ambassador of Liberia, William Turbot, is lauding them for the peaceful manner they conducted themselves. Reverend Turbot also commended the National Elections Commission for being sensitive to address some of the issues raised during the elections. He spoke Thursday at a news conference in Senko.
The Situation Room commends all participants for the generally peaceful nature that marked the electoral process on that day. In the opinion of the Situation Room, the general peaceful atmosphere characterizing the exercise is an indication of the collective will of the Liberian people. The Situation Room also notes with gratitude the presence of the joint security touring the counties, our local and international observers, civil society institutions and organizations, and the media for their involvement during the conduct of the elections. National Elections Commission. The Situation Room further commends the National Election Commission NET for addressing some of the issues raised in our 6th press statement. In particular, the action of the NET to send assessment teams to Norman Datono Town in Combat District, Buffalo County, where there were reports of the seizure of election ballot boxes by youth upon the instruction of the voters. The Situation Room takes note with interest the comments by the NET. The elections will go on in Buffalo County and the incident will not impact the entire electoral process.
Meanwhile, Reverend Turbot named the adherence to COVID-19 protocols and some specific actions and annotations observed by the Situation Room during the electoral exercise.
Situation Room, while reporting on participants' adherence to COVID-19 protocols, states that majority of the voters were not seen wearing masks. Hand washing stations were not regularly used, and social distancing remains a challenge. Specific action and notations. The Situation Room now reports on specifics in terms of election activities in the counties, issues emanating from the exercise, and other happenings before and on election day. The reports are as a result of the Situation Room analyst observations, issues raised from its call center, Learn platform, and other general concerns. Grand Bassa County. The Situation Room observed orderliness and the peaceful process. The elections, dispute management training of political parties, youth and women, poll watchers, as well as violence prevention training also contributed to the peaceful and orderly nature of the election process in the county. It was also
The president of the Liberia Business Association says it is about a time Liberian businesses form partnerships and their search for investments and business opportunities. Mr. James Structor was speaking Thursday at a training workshop for members of the Liberia Tailor Union in Painesville.
Our role is to look at your grievances. If it is about to engage the government, we get involved to be able to make sure you succeed. Because what we observe that if we do not speak for you, maybe as you get a word of the ministry, they will just table your issue and then that's it. So we open the corridor, meaning the tailor union, the carpentry union, those that have the huge number of people to be able to work with all 24 hours. We have understood that there are few things that we needed to put together because where we're going now is different from where we're coming from. The distance behind us is far as the distance before us, so we are in the middle. So before we can start catching with what we have ahead of us, we have to structure ourselves and know exactly how we move towards it. Where in the
Also speaking, the Liberia Tailor Union President Edison Carlos thanked Labour for the training and urged his members to make use of the opportunity.
I want to say to you all, I appreciate you being here this morning, and it's an important event that will need to be here that will lead us to transformation. So I appreciate you being here for many things, because the union is for every tailor's interest within the Democratic Republic. But if there are issues that want me not to derail the progress of our institution, we need to solve it. And we'll have lieutenants that lead with us to solve any problems that may try to divert our good intention of the institution. So I want to welcome you all here this morning. For you to relax, feel free so we can interact, and please be very cordial. It didn't want to.
The two contenders for the Liberia Broadcasting System Workers Union presidency Thursday came face to face in a debate putting on the table issues that set them apart. Michael Carr and Victor Kezali faced questions from fellow workers ahead of the Workers' Union election on Friday, December 18. Michael Carr said as a relationship person, his interaction with employees over the years is helping to solve the problems put in good instead for the union's presidency.
Effective representation is beyond having people in position of power. It is having people who care to the well-being of those they represent. It is about people who are selfless and put the needs of others first. It's about people who are not egotistic. It's about people who are considered utilitarian. This type of representation is something that we lack currently in the union. And we can assure you that our leadership will address all of those. The next thing we notice is the issue of opportunities for employees. We don't have enough opportunity for employees. Every institution is under obligation to enhance the human capacity of its employees or members. Ours is of no exception. It has been a long time since we had a training, workshop, or seminar to deepen the knowledge of our employees. Times are hard. The salary we earn are very little. There is a need for the workers' union to engage management to create a mini or small-scale loan programs through the banks from which we receive our salaries.
For his part, Victor Kezali said he brings to the table years of experience that will be utilized for a better workers' union.
I also try to participate in the process. We are an association, Liberia Broadcasting System Workers Association then, currently Liberia Broadcasting System Workers Union that we have at least. I serve there as Secretary General, which is the nerve center of any such administration. I took care of the records, the day-to-day record keeping of the association, and that on my own leash, I took a high club where I took money from the name of this particular entity so as to help to start out, because when we came to power, we did not need money. That was funding, and that's why we were not even able to inline with our own constitution that we have here for the union, that requires that honorarium be given to the leadership so as to avoid those malpractices that people could see in the administration. The worker union should have regular meetings. Those were not being done. It was blamed to coronavirus. And we feel that the leadership is not really able to represent, besides the accountability on other things. So we gave just few of those are embedded in our platform. We talk about accountability and transparency. And that is stay ahead, because in any such thing, the people who are your employers, they vote you, you need to account them. That is not being done, and we will make sure that at least we'll be able to have a record, an idea of that. Besides that, constructed.
Meanwhile, campaign for the Liberian election officially ends this Friday. At the same time, the two candidates will launch their campaign. Edward Tamba is the Secretary General of the Election Committee. He made the disclosure at the end of the debate on Thursday.
Not been something easy, but all we say, thank God, because the Bible says, in all that we do, just tell him thank you. Thank you very much. So our next events tomorrow is the Climax of Election for both Mr. Marco Carr's campaign, for both Mr. Marco Carr's team and Mr. Victor Cassidy's team. So tomorrow, campaign activities will be climax on the campus of LBS. And our election is slated for the 18th of December. We should have had the elections on the 15th. But because management appealed that they had this awards night on the night of December 15th. So we agreed to push the election to the 18th of December. But it does not extend the campaign activities. Campaign ends on tomorrow, Friday, December 11th. So as of tomorrow, there will be no campaign. All of us will share our campaign messages today, tomorrow, and all of us will be resting until December 18th for the elections. So thank you all. We look forward to seeing you. And as we go forward, we ask that we all respect each other's views. We should all conduct ourselves in a very peaceable manner, because this is an election though. But let us also have it in mind that elections are just events. They are just processes that come and go.
And away from Liberia, Morocco has become the latest Arab League country to agree to normalize relations with Israel in a deal brokered with U.S. help. As part of the deal, the U.S. has agreed to recognize Morocco's claim over the disputed Western Sahara region. It is the subject of a dispute between Morocco and the Algeria-backed Polisario Front, which has been seeking to establish an independent state. Morocco is the fourth state to make such a deal with Israel since August. Agreements have also been struck recently with the United Arab Emirates, Bahrain, and Sudan. U.S. President Donald Trump announced the agreement on Twitter on Thursday. Well, that's how I would like to leave you on this morning presentation of Lntv News Live. But before we go, a recap of the headlines. National Elections Commission begins releasing results from the just ended midterm senatorial elections and national referendum. Liberian National Police warns political parties and their supporters against holding any pre-victory march in the streets of Monrovia. Liberian government commends citizens for a peaceful voting exercise on election day. And away from Liberia, Morocco becomes the latest Arab League country to agree to normalize relations with Israel. Well, that's how I would like to leave you this morning. My name is Yarsiah Sali. Thanks so much for watching, and do have a pleasant weekend from Painesville, outside the nation's capital, Monrovia. Good morning.